Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, back to another episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast. It's like we record these things like all the frickin' time just for our own enjoyment, so none of you actually listen.
Oh, come on, man. We're getting some listeners.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a prison in California that's listening to our podcast because for some weird reason, California is taking the lead in the most downloads by a large margin.
Yeah, dude, it's all your advertising in California, right?
I can't afford any advertising.
I thought you put all the stickers on cars that were heading on I-10. Just like you pulled up to the Denny's and you just put stickers on cars.
No, dude, see, that wouldn't work because everybody from California is moving to Prescott, so it wouldn't do me any good to put them on the cars with the California license plates in Prescott because they're all moving here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Never mind.
Anyway, so there he is. Like always, nice and cheerful, Mr. Mysterious Mike Talent.
Hey, everybody.
So, Mike, how are things?
Things are good, man. Just watched... I can't talk about that. Never mind.
You can't talk about what?
I can't talk about it.
What can't you talk about?
Well, I think I'm embarrassed to say that I'm probably going to have to subscribe to the Disney Plus.
Why are you embarrassed that you're going to have to subscribe to Disney Plus?
Because I don't know. It's, I guess I don't know. It looks like they're just going to have everything, so I'm just going to have to subscribe to it because they're going to have MCU, and they're going to have all the Simpsons, and they're going to have the Wars, Star Wars, and they're going to have old Disney movies.
Yeah, so in other words, your obsession with Little Mermaid, you're going to have to subscribe to Disney Plus so that you can watch The Little Mermaid on repeat every day.
Yeah. What I plan to do is try and watch Little Mermaid 3 times a day. Because I just want to be under the sea.
Is it breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Do you sit down and you're eating like your bowl of cereal and you just watch The Little Mermaid? Do you always tear up too? Especially at the end when she gets married?
Yes, it's a very sad time for me.
I know, because she should go back into the ocean where she belongs, right?
Yes.
If you could, Mike, would you be a merman?
No, I don't think I'd be a merman.
Why not?
I don't know, man. I feel like there's so much stress in being a merman.
How is there stress in being a merman? You swim around and you eat fish and you think about making love to mermaids.
Oh, if that's all it entails, then maybe I should be a merman. That sounds pretty easy.
Yeah, it sounds like the dream to me.
But Matt, I thought you were living the dream.
Oh, damn it. You're right, Mike. I am living the dream. I mean, I've always just desired when I was a kid, man, I hope when I'm in my late 30s that I make so little money I can't pay my bills. And I'm living it. I'm there. It's great.
Yeah, man, how does it feel to have that just, accomplished? It's like checking the box. Like now, where have you set your goals now? You can only go up from here.
I know, right? It's awful. I mean, the tax man has taken everything, which is a first for me. So I don't know how I can barely pay my bills, but yet I owe thousands to the tax man. That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's right. They reformed the taxes last year. That's right.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, they did. You better get those in, man. They're due on what, Monday? They have to be postmarked or something? The 15th, right?
Yeah, but, the whole tax law, I mean, they said they're doing nothing but helping lower the taxes and helping the poor and helping the people that are struggling, right? Except for I'm now paying more than I have ever paid in taxes.
Well, they're helping the poor, kinda.
They're helping the poor families?
I don't know.
Anyways, all right, Mike. So Disney Plus. I know you want to talk about it. It's going to be $7 a month. It's going to have everything on it. I know you're going to subscribe to it. I'm going to definitely subscribe to it just for one show. And then once that show runs through its season, maybe I'll cancel it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I might buy. You can buy a year in advance for like 50 something bucks. So then it comes out to like $5.83 a month or something.
That's Hulu prices.
That's like ridiculously cheap. So you know they're going to jack that up after that year's up. But until then, stream on.
You think they're going to run Netflix out of business?
No. I think Netflix has got enough stuff now that they make on their own. It will be kind of a hit because a lot of Disney kind of owns everything now. So that'll be a little bit of a hit on the movies. I think Disney's just going to promote their own brand, the synergy strategy. So, yeah.
All right, Mike. So, speaking about a property that Disney does not own yet, keyword in that sentence is yet. It's a DC Expanded Universe film, Shazam.
Ah, yes, that's what we're reviewing today. But Matt, I forgot to ask you, what are you drinking?
No, I know you didn't forget. You were waiting to get your rant in about Disney Plus.
Yeah, I was.
So, Mike, I am drinking. I'm hitting it hard because life is so wonderful to me. I am doing a little whiskey Coke. It's a nice little Jameson and Coke. And much like a podcast in the past, it is very clear.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'm
so
sorry, it's so rough.
I should say, Mike, what have you been drinking all night?
I am drinking Sierra Nevada Torpedo IPA. I know, IPAs.
Well, at least it's a different one for once, but you're back on your IPAs. But what were you drinking earlier at the bars?
I had a pale ale and another thing.
Shot tequila?
A red ale. No. It was only a beer and wine joint.
Well, all right then.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, so Shazam.
All right,
or, as true DC hardcore nerds know, the real Captain Marvel. Go ahead, give us the rundown.
All right, so Shazam was directed by David F. Sandberg. It was the screenplay and the story is by Harry Gayden, and the story by Darren Limke. It's starring Zachary Levi, Mark Strong, Ashley Angel, Jack Dylan Grazer, Jimin Hasu.
Dude, you're close. You're close. Yeah, Jimon Hansu. Yeah.
Jimon Hansu. Sorry.
Nah, dude, really screwed that up. You just, we need to work on your abilities to pronounce strange names. We'll get there. That's all this is. That's the only reason I make you do this every single episode.
Yeah, I know. I need practice with names. Faith Herman, Megan Good, Grace Fulton, Ian Chan, Jovan Armad. And the summary of the movie is, we all have a superhero inside us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring it out. In Billy Batson's case, by shouting out one word, Shazam! This streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into a grown-up superhero, Shazam. All right. So, Matt, what did you think of this?
It was definitely a movie.
Oh, you didn't like it, man? Come on.
No, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I mean, I wasn't in the best state of mind. I probably would have enjoyed it more if I would have not be sitting in a theater completely alone, depressed because of money, taxes, and other issues. But you know, it was entertaining. It was okay. It's a little cheesy, you know, which I think it's what it was intended. I think the casting of Zachary Levi as the adult embodiment of Shazam, aka Billy Batson, was awesome. I thought they just nailed it on that. He looks goofy. He acts like a 15-year-old in an adult's body. This is basically Big, but with superheroes. It was fun. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. It was. I liked its lightheartedness. I mean, we've said this before on the pod many times, but sometimes some of the Marvel movies, even though we love them, get really, really dark and very, very serious. So sometimes some of these kind of more fun, lighthearted movies, like I felt like Aquaman was a lot of fun, and this one wasn't too bad either. It is similar to kind of like a Big, but with like a superhero.
It's fascinating because for those of you who are enormous nerds like me and read comic books well into your late 30s, probably why I'm single. In the comic book world, DC comics are extremely dark. They're 10 times worse than Marvel. And here in the movie world, the Marvel Cinematic Universe seems to be the more... not all the films, but a large majority of the films tend to be more serious and darker and more serious tone. And so far, the last two DC films have been very lighthearted and fun.
Yeah. And this one is doing well in the box office. Opening weekend, I think it made well over 50 million, which they were expecting, I think, 40. So for them, that was like a huge win.
Yeah, I'm wondering what it's going to do this weekend. I mean, there still isn't a whole lot out, so it might be at the top. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I like this movie. I thought it was kind of fun. Like, if I was a 14-year-old kid, these are likely a lot of the things that I would have done. Although, I don't know. I might have been a little bit more grown up at 14. Hard to say. I think I was, but it's been a long time since I was 14.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, you definitely would not have spit out the beer. You would have been like, or if you spit it out, you would be like, this isn't an IPA.
No, that's future me, not 14-year-old me.
Oh, I mean, spoiler alert on that one.
Oh yeah,
they spit out the beer. I just ruined the whole movie. God damn it!
You did, dude. You ruined the whole thing.
Just like my life.
All right, Matt. Well, I guess without spoiling it too much more, do you...
Well, I don't know. I mean, we could talk about it a little bit. I mean, do you recommend people to go see this in the theaters, or do you think they should wait and rent it, or... What's your thoughts here, Michael? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think you should see it in the theater because it was just a lot of fun. I mean, if you don't want to spend the however much it costs to go to movies anymore, which can be quite a bit depending on premium theaters and 3Ds and not 3D and whatever, Atmos sound, I would say go check this movie out. Because I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It just reminded me of, I guess, kind of growing up and silly things that kids think about or do and all that stuff. And, it's got some family stuff in it too. And it was a pretty good story, I thought.
I want to say this is definitely a family-friendly, family-ish style superhero movie, but with one caveat. The villains, I'm throwing an S on there, villains, might be a bit much for younger kids. I would say probably, just guessing on it, I'm not a breeder, So maybe like 10 years old and younger, the villains, especially their look, might be a bit much. It might be nightmare inducing. So you might want to, if you're thinking about bringing your younger kids to it, might want to Google and look up what the villains look like and see if you think your kids could handle it, because they're pretty messed up looking. The best way to describe it, I was talking to someone at work who has kids. I was suggesting them go see it, other than that one particular fact, is they're a lot like the critters in Ghostbusters, the original Ghostbusters with the red eyes. So if your kids can handle that, then, head on out and take them to see it. But if they think that's scary, I know it freaked me out for a while when I was growing up, don't go see it. Not yet with them, at least.
Oh, yeah. That's actually a really good description of what they kind of are. Good job, Matt.
Yeah, without ruining too much about what they are or who they are or what their embodiment is. That's the closest thing I could come to. And I know those I don't remember what the hell they were exactly referred to at Ghostbusters, but I remember they called them dogs jokingly. They're some form of demon. But growing up when I was a kid, that scared the hell out of me. Although the part that scared me worse was the chick with the flat top. I never could, growing up as a kid, that I always would look away at that part because she had the red eyes with the flat top and she just looked creepy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. What was her name?
Zool.
Yeah. Actual Zool.
Yep. All right, so Mike, well, I definitely think if you can do it, it's well worth a watch, especially in the theaters, just because we have one of the biggest movies of probably ever getting ready to come out here in a week or two. And it's going to be the exact opposite of this film. It's not going to be lighthearted. It might be fun, but it might not be. It's definitely not going to be lighthearted like this. It's not going to be as screwball-y. It's going to be more serious. The timing was just perfect for Shazam. I mean, people really need something to laugh at because they're all rewatching Avengers Endgame, not Endgame, Infinity War, and watching all their favorite superheroes, not do well without spoiling that one.
Yeah. Especially since it's on Netflix before Disney pulls the contract. I can't even imagine how many streams are going on or are going to go on before the new one comes out.
Yeah, because you just roll into the new one, and so this is a good thing to kind of bring some levity right now.
Yeah.
All right, Mike, so let's do it. I know you're itching to spoil this one, especially the part about them drinking the IPAs. Mike, how does Shazam relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
All right, man. Thanks for asking. This one was actually pretty easy. I recognized him pretty early on while watching the movie.
You mean through the giant gray dreadlocks?
Oh, yeah, man. It's his voice. Jimon Hasu, who plays the wizard in this movie, is also Karath on Guardians of the Galaxy. And then Matt pointed out to me that he's also in DC Universe on
Aquaman.
On Aquaman, he plays the voice of
It's the fisherman dude. I don't remember. The fisherman king. I don't remember his name.
Yeah. So,
And then he's also in Keanu Reeves' Constantine, which isn't DCEU, but it's still a DC Universe movie, kind of. Even though it's old. I liked it. I liked that Constantine. I thought it was good.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, Constantine was okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. A lot of DC fanboys really don't like it because Constantine is not very well represented in that movie versus the comic books, but hey, whatever. I liked it. I thought it was entertaining.
Yeah. Now, Matt, are we in spoiler section?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Spoil away, Michael.
All right. I almost blew this, and you kind of.
That's what she said?
Yeah. You kind of referenced it. The piano, there's a piano scene in this movie where it's a call out to Big.
Yes, sir.
And I was just like, oh man, I totally know what this is referencing. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I wonder how many people will.
Depends who's seen Big.
Yeah.
I mean, there's lots of little callbacks to 80s films because the David F. Sandberg clearly pulled a lot of different things, just homages and just tip to the hat for different 80s films. Like, that's one of them, of Big. You know, there's lots of other merch in that scene as well. If you notice when he's running through the toy section, there's Wonder Woman toys, Batman toys, Aquaman toys.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was, Matt, and I also love the part when he needs to warp to a place and they're like, think of somewhere you want to go or whatever. And he thinks of a certain place that has some adult entertainment.
Oh, yeah, dude, that was hilarious. Especially
I was cracking up, dude.
Especially when it was like all like 8 of them or whatever, or 7 of them, him and his, adopted family siblings or whatever.
Yeah.
And the
foster brothers and
foster brothers and sisters. There you go. That works. And who is it? Jack Dylan Grazer character, Freddie Freeman. He's the last one to come out of there. And everybody's like, dude, what took you so long? He was like, well, they're nice.
Yeah.
And then,
and he has glitter all over him.
Yeah.
I like glitter.
Yeah, the cute little girl, Darla, played by Faith Herman. He's like, I like glitter. She was so good. She was just fantastic in this movie. She was just so cute and just fun. She really was, I liked her character a lot.
Yeah, she was a good, as she said, a good little sister.
Yeah, she wasn't, a super huge developed character like most of the other foster siblings. But when she had got a word in edgewise, it was pretty good. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, this movie was pretty fun. I like this. I like the lightness of it and the kind of ridiculousness, silliness, I guess. But you got to think like a 14-year-old kid getting all these powers that he has no idea what they are. I enjoyed the tryout, like all the video, like YouTube stuff.
Yeah, the power testing.
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
One of my favorite scenes in the whole movie, and it doesn't just make fun of the whole superhero genre, it makes fun of kind of movie making in general, is when him and the Zachary Levi, as Shazam, and what's his name? I'm trying to the villain.
Mark Strong or Dr. Silva?
Yeah.
Sylvana?
Dr. Sylvana.
Yeah.
They're sitting there floating in between buildings in Philadelphia, and he's doing his like big time villain like speech, like I'm gonna kill you, and just going off. And Zachary Levi is just sitting there like, I can't hear you. You're like a mile away. I don't even know what you're doing. I just see your arms moving and your lips flapping. That was so funny on so many different levels.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. And he's like, all right, I think you're done now. I'm going. It was really funny.
Yeah, it was a very cool, fun, great scene. I really liked that one.
Yeah. And then the beer scene was funny. They try the beer and they spit it out. And I was cracking up. And then they went and got like candy and stuff. It was funny.
Turn around and go back in and get like a bunch of soda and beef jerky and like Funyuns and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that was good. One thing that did surprise me was the inclusion of I guess you would say Shazam team or Shazam family In the comic books, I believe it's called the Marvel family, where all the siblings. Well, in the original comic book, in the new comic book, I don't read a lot of DC, but I looked a lot up for this podcast. This movie, the storyline is based almost 100% verbatim on what's known as the New 52 in the DC universe. It's when they relaunched the DC universe a few years ago. I think it was 2011, maybe. It might even be older. I don't remember. Not that long ago. I've been in Prescott since they did it. And they relaunched like every single one of their heroes and every single one of their comic books, and they called it the New 52, and they gave just about everyone a new origin story. And Shazam was one of them that they gave a new origin story to. And this movie is almost verbatim to his origin story, other than the villain. In the origin story in the comic book, he goes up against Black Adam, which has already been cast long before they even announced Shazam. It's going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson if they do that movie, or if they,
nice.
But they actually
Dwayne
cast
"The Rock" Johnson.
Yeah,
and he's like in everything,
and he's going to be a villain. And
that'll be interesting.
Yeah, and they actually cast that before, like, they even announced Shazam or that Shazam was coming out or anything. It was weird. Like, Dwayne was cast as Black Adam before Zachary Levi was cast as Shazam. But anyways, so that whole run is based on, the whole movie's based on that origin story in the New 52, except for the villain, where the villain in the comic book is Black Adam. In the movie, it's Dr. Savannah.
Now, Matt, did you stay for the end credit scenes?
Oh, yeah, I stayed for both of them. Uh-huh. Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to say anything about them, but if anybody watches this, just watch all the credits.
Yeah, there are two. They're doing kind of like Marvel, where the mid-credits scene is a teaser for the sequel or the next coming big Marvel Cinematic Universe movie, if it's Marvel Cinematic Universe. And then the final one is kind of a gag, funny, jokey cutscene.
Yeah. Let's see. So, Matt, do you have anything more to say? Do you have any more trivia, man? You had quite a bit.
Just a little bit, not a whole lot. I mean, there's a whole thing about who is it? Super Freddy is what they call him here on IMDb. Superhero Freddy.
Superhero Freddy.
Yeah, the actor that plays that, Adam Brody. I never watched it, but I guess he was in like the OC or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
He was in some show or something, some teeny bopper. I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah, the OC.
In the OC.
And in the OC, he played like the outcast, and he was like a comic book fan, and he was a big nerd and stuff. And it's interesting to see him get to be a superhero in this movie. Like, I guess that was a big deal to him, since he was this outcast in the OC and always just kind of knocked down in the OC. And, you know, like, I guess there was even a line in the OC where he said, yeah, my superpower is that I'm invisible, because everybody ignored him and stuff.
Oh.
I don't know. I didn't watch that show. I watched a YouTube video about it. Kind of cool.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But no, again, going back a little bit, the Marvel or Shazam family, I didn't expect them to be in this. I didn't even know they really existed, because, like I said, I don't really read DC. But I thought that was kind of neat. The only thing that tripped me up on it was how, like, the majority of the movie, they spend, Shazam trying to figure out what the hell his powers are and how to use them and how to activate them and everything. And immediately the entire foster kids, when they get their Shazam powers, they immediately know how to use like all of them, which is strange.
Yeah, I kind of thought that at the time, and now that you're bringing it up again, I'm like, oh yeah. But, it's part of the movie magic. You just have to go along with it.
Yeah, it's just a plot hole. So,
yeah.
Anyways, all right, Mike. Well, I don't know how much more I have to add about it. I mean, it was a fun movie. It was, unique, different. Lighthearted for sure. I think they're definitely making a sequel. I think they said they greenlit the sequel like after that first weekend.
Yeah. I think they made all their money, or they're on their track to make all their money back if they haven't made it back already.
Yeah. So, and then they already got Dwayne The Rock Johnson signed on to be Black Adam. I don't know if I think Black Adam's getting like his own movie, and then they're going to do one with him and Shazam. I'm not sure.
Well,
because they went over it a little bit in Shazam itself. Like when the Wizard's talking, he explains that he had a champion that was not pure of heart and was not, good, and he released the 7 deadly sins, or well, they call them the 7 deadly sins in the movie, and he released them and embraced them and all that stuff, and he was the Wizard's picked champion. That's basically Black Adam.
Oh, okay.
Whereas
right.
Shazam was the one that's pure of heart and all those things, that does the right thing. I mean, they even he even teases it in the movie where, he has like the eye that has all the 7 deadly sins creatures in it. And, the eye's calling to him and saying, we'll give you unlimited power and everything. And then he's like acting like he's going to do it. And then he just says psych and he like freaks everybody out. That was so funny.
Yeah.
It was just a play on him having the, the pure heart or whatever.
Yeah.
I definitely was not a super huge fan of the villain, especially how he wasn't that super well developed and how he basically held a grudge from being a young kid until he was in his probably early to late 40s.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
What the hell was that all about?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't really develop that much, and why was everybody so mean to him? I don't know, man. It was just filler. They just needed to have a bad guy, and they threw in some stuff. I don't know. Yeah,
and they just had to rush it because they had to cram so much into this movie. But it's just like, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The villains up until, Thanos and maybe a handful of others, the majority of the villains have been just lackluster at best. Not really developed, not really put out there, not really shown what they really can do. DC's a worse, victim or proprietor of having bad villains. Marvel has quite a few themselves. They're getting better, but, it's still, I don't know.
Yeah.
They need to work on their villains. They really do. They need to get Star Wars level villains.
Yep.
Speaking of Star Wars, Mike, did you see that trailer today?
Oh, yes, I did see the trailer that was trying to break the internet. But the internet will persevere and will be broken on Sunday when the new Game of Thrones comes out.
That's true. I just wish I could be at Celebration right now. I have a friend that's over at Celebration. I'm super jealous. Super jealous.
Yes. I know a couple people out there as well.
Oh, yeah. I saw their Facebook post and I said I'm super jealous to them too, Mike.
I bet you did. Well, I'm sorry you couldn't be out there, Matt, because I think you would enjoy Chicago.
Oh yeah, I would max out at least one of my credit cards. It would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So the Emperor's back. How cool is that, huh?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, he's definitely laughing at the end of that trailer.
Yeah, but is it the right Emperor?
But he's dead. He's dead. So you know what they're probably going to have? And they teased it a little bit. They actually were going to do it in the... God damn it. See, now you got me going. I'm going to start talking about Star Wars.
No more Star Wars. Just let it go, Matt.
But
we'll talk about the wars later.
They teased it in Star Wars The Last Jedi until, Rian Johnson screwed the whole pooch. They were going to have Force ghosts, but they were going to be evil Force ghosts. They were going to be Sith Force ghosts, and they were going to be red.
Ooh.
And so they're going to have that in The Last Jedi, but Rian Johnson didn't think it was cool. So I'm wondering if JJ is like, no, we're bringing back the Emperor as a Force ghost.
Interesting.
Anyways, we'll see. All right, Mike, so let's do it. How many reels do you give Shazam?
So I'm going to give Shazam 4 reels out of 5. I enjoyed this quite a bit, and I think you should go see it.
God, dude, how the hell are you beating me?
No way. I have a better rating than Matt.
Yeah, I'm only going to give it 3.5 reels out of 5.
Whew. At least we're not giving the same ones, man. I was getting worried.
No, I enjoyed it. I just, there were parts of it that were really good and there were parts that weren't great. And maybe I'm getting superhero fatigue like everyone else. I know that's weird coming out of my mouth, but...
Yeah, but you got to look forward to Burn Bright or Bright.
Dude, I am really looking forward to that. That'll be a lot of fun. But I mean, think about it. Okay, so what have we had this year so far? We saw Aquaman in January, right? Or did we see it December?
Was that December?
It was either December or January. I don't remember. We had Glass. Then, Shazam. We have Endgame coming, which is going to be amazing.
Captain Marvel.
Spider-Man is coming in July, or is it June?
It might be August. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Spider-Man's nipping at the heels. I mean, that's a bunch of superhero movies, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I am starting to get burned out, at least on the superhero movies. I don't know. That's why on Thursday we are going to talk about a movie that is not about superheroes whatsoever, but one of the actors was in probably one of the worst Marvel Cinematic Universe movies ever made, Iron Man 2. And that's Mr. Sam Rockwell.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We're going to be watching The Best of Enemies.
Now, I have not gotten out to go see it yet, Mike, but I will try to see it as soon as I get my taxes done. So we might have to push that recording a little bit. We'll see.
Okay. Well, I will watch it, soon as well, and then we'll make a new podcast about it.
Whoop! All right, man. Well, you got anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. So I think I'll just go ahead and end it. And thanks everybody for listening. And tune in next time for our next pod.
Shazam!
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now go out and catch a movie.